like this right here. And so I went into the health food store, and it was not GNC. It was there in Florida. There are lots of little private health food stores. I haven't noticed too many of them here in Texas, but little private places that carry sports nutrition. And so I went in there and I said, I want one of these, and I heard you could lose weight with them, you know. So I'm still trying to lose weight. I'm checking off my boxes and everything, and I had gone back to my own little homemade Weight Watchers diary on a spiral like this, and so I was doing all that. And so I walked in there and I said, do you have any of these protein powders? And she said, well, how much protein do you want? I don't know. She said, well, how much do you eat now? I said, I don't know. How much do I need? And she said, well, just for existence, just for your brain, your organs, and everything to function, 40 grams a day. She knew the answer, didn't she? I didn't know where to go to find these answers. You know, I just was kind of stumbling around and just stumbled upon it. 40 grams a day. Okay. So she said, why don't you get this one that right here is one of the less expensive ones, give it a try. And at that time, they tasted like cardboard. I mean, they tasted so bad. It was like drinking bad chocolate milk. Okay, it was, you could drink it. So I put it in the blender with ice and kind of, you know, fix it up a little bit and put some strawberries in there. And you could take it, but it was more like medicine. Now they taste like chocolate milkshakes. I mean, there's no reason to buy a chocolate milkshake at Sonic, because you can make something just almost exactly like that at home with your protein powders. And so I bought it, took it home, pulled my blender out, start putting my 2 scoops a day in there. So she told me to do 40 grams of protein a day in addition to what I was eating. In 5 days, I felt like my eyes opened. I didn't feel like I was just like jumping around with energy like that ephedra, you know, the diet pills. How many of you guys have been on the diet pills that they sell? Yeah, those will make you clean your house, won't they? Oh yeah, oh yeah, woo! We don't want those. We don't want that. But I'm talking about the tired feeling that I had had ever since I can remember, since I was a child. The feeling that you feel like when you're walking through the house and you feel like, I need to lie down and take a nap. So you lie down on the couch and you lay there for 20 minutes and you don't go to sleep. And then you get back up and you're just as tired as you were when you laid down. That's how I felt all my life. Draggy, sluggish, sleepy, but not sleepy, but tired. Okay? If you lay down on the couch and you go to sleep, you were sleepy. And you probably needed a little nap. Okay, but I'm not talking about that. Tired and no energy. All of a sudden, I was walking around my house and I just felt like alert. All of a sudden, my brain was getting the protein that it needed to function. I don't know how I ever made it through college and made good grades, you know? And so my little homemade chart that I was keeping, that I had been doing since 7th grade with all the little Weight Watchers, you know, check boxes on that, all of a sudden, the Weight Watchers chart went away and it became the protein chart. And because I started counting, she said, lady at the health food store said, well, how much protein are you getting? I don't know. So I started counting it. So I took out my spiral. I want you guys to all buy one of these spirals. This is what you're going to do starting tomorrow, everybody. And you write everything you eat. Don't buy a small one, okay? Because the half-size ones, because you can't fit everything you eat in a day on a small one. So just get one of these real cheap little school ones. Everything you eat on the first column. Second column, how many calories does it have? Third column, how much fat does it have? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Next column, how many protein grams? Protein's measured in grams. Okay, so is fat. How many protein grams? So I was adding up my protein grams. Guess how many I was getting every day? And here I'm trying to go to aerobics once or even twice a day. So I'm exercising. And what do muscles eat? Muscles eat protein and water. A little bit of sugar, too. All right, so my muscles are trying to perform. good day, 25 on a good day, 40 if we had a cookout, okay, which was once a week or once every 2 weeks, you know, and I would eat a whole chicken breast. 15, 20, 25, 40 at the most. 40 is just for existence. So you need more than that if you want that muscle to do something for you. All right? So all of a sudden, I was going to aerobics class and I felt good at the end of the class. Wow, this is much better. And I've made so many protein drinks. You do have to blend it. You can buy those shaker cups, you know. And by the way, some of you may be a good meat eater. Some women I've met tell me, oh yeah, I eat a whole can of tuna. I have eggs for breakfast. Oh, I eat a whole chicken breast. I don't ever eat a whole chicken breast. Maybe 2/3, half, something like that. That's all I want. Oh, but I'll eat 2 rolls. Oh, yeah. But I won't go for the chicken breast. You know, and even steak, some women, a couple of, but not many. Okay? I'm talking about just a few that have told me that. But for the most part, we are not big meat eaters. And so that has been the answer for me. And I have made a protein drink. My husband makes protein drinks for me in the morning. One of the houses that we moved out of in Orlando, Florida, when we moved out of that house, there was still chocolate protein drinks sprayed on the ceiling from my blender exploding several times in that kitchen. We couldn't reach it, so we just, they won't notice, you know. We moved out of that house. So anyway, that was the answer for me. It did start accelerating my weight loss. Okay, and I was not a breakfast eater. How many of you are breakfast eaters? Really? Okay. I mean, when I walk in the kitchen in the morning, I'm kind of like right in front of the coffee pot. If the coffee's not done yet, I'll just lay my arm on the counter and just put my head on it. And I'll just wait for the coffee to get done. And once it gets, and I could just go with coffee till 10 or 11 in the morning, fine. I'm not really hungry till after that. Then I want to eat a good lunch. Can't do that. You cannot do that. It's not healthy. Okay? And so you've got to have something to eat. You can eat eggs if you want. You can eat, you know, a bowl of oatmeal. I don't suggest oatmeal for breakfast. Oatmeal's much better for lunch or a mid-afternoon snack. So I'm not a fan of oatmeal for breakfast because it's too many carbs. But they are slow carbs, slow digesting because you have all the fiber. So that's okay. But the problem is it doesn't have any protein in it. All right, so you need to start your day with 20 to 40 grams of protein. I don't care how you get it in, but you need to get it in, and we're going to talk about that when we get to our chart that I gave you. Okay, so anyway, I started doing that, ended up losing all the weight, ended up getting asked to work there, and started teaching aerobics. And truly, the number of aerobics classes I teach every week, I should be the size of a pencil. No, a toothpick. I really should. But I don't have that built in. Like I told you when we were talking before, in my family of 4, I'm the fat one, everybody else is thin. My parents, even now in their 70s, are not fat. They're thin. They're a normal weight. They've been a normal weight all their lives. Some people can just self-regulate what they eat, and they don't eat too much normally. That's just how they are. And when I was working at Hertz in the 80s, right before I got married, we were on the phone taking reservations. I worked at Hertz and in college, and there was a girl that I always ate lunch with, and snacks and everything. We had our snack time and break time and our lunch time. And she always ate, she was so skinny. And she always ate just a little bit of food. And this is back when I was still trying to figure all this out, you know. And I was about probably size 12 or something and not happy about it, 14. And I said, do you eat what you eat because that's what you want to eat? I just wanted to know. And, or I said, or do you try to eat that much? And I said, when you get full, do you just stop eating? She said, yeah, this is all I want to eat. I don't want any more. When I get full, I just kind of start feeling sick. And I just don't eat anymore.